Are you tired of being a part-time server mechanic when you should be a full-time creator? Welcome to the Master Azure Functions course, where we strip away the technical jargon and show you how to build world-class applications at lightning speed. In this course, we're ditching the expensive 24/7 server guzzlers for the serverless shift. You'll learn how to give your code senses and limbs through triggers and bindings, deploy with total safety using blue-green swaps, and manage complex global workflows with durable functions. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, we provide the ultimate roadmap to move from a simple idea to a global-scale application without ever touching a server. It's time to focus on your logic, not the logistics. Let's get started. Welcome to a tale of two cloud computing worlds. In the beginning, we had the tireless server, a 24/7 energy and money guzzler that ran constantly even when its website was empty at 3 a.m. As a developer, you weren't just a coder. You were a part-time mechanic, spending your time patching operating systems, managing memory, and constantly worrying about the next traffic spike. This was the old way, a heavy burden that distracted you from what really mattered. But then came the serverless shift, a movement that changes everything. With Azure Functions, the narrative flips. You are no longer responsible for the infrastructure. The cloud handles everything: the OS, the scaling, the hardware. Your entire focus is on what you do best: writing code. This new model is revolutionary for three key reasons. First, it's event-driven execution. Your function doesn't sit idle. It only wakes up and runs when a specific event occurs, like a user uploading a photo or a timer hitting 0. This means you are never paying for idle time again. Second, it offers dynamic scaling. Whether you have 1 user or 1 million, your functions automatically clone and grow to meet the demand without you lifting a finger. And finally, you get incredible cost efficiency. You only pay for the exact runtime of your code, like a precise stopwatch. This consumption plan approach means you're billed per millisecond. When your code isn't running, you aren't paying. This is the new way to build, and it is a powerful way to compute. Now, go build something amazing. Once you have your basic Azure functions up and running, it's time to explore the advanced features that make them truly powerful for massive scaling and enterprise security. First, let's talk dynamic autoscaling. Forget manual adjustments. This system monitors your traffic graph. When a spike hits, growing from 1 user to 1 million, Azure automatically adds instances, scaling your function blocks out instantly to meet billions of requests. Connecting these services securely is vital. Using a virtual network, or VNet, creates a private, shielded connection. For VIP apps, the premium plan keeps instances warm with zero cold start networking, meaning instantaneous startup and secure integration without waiting. To manage sensitive information like API keys, we use Secure Secrets Management. This locks hard-coded passwords away in an encrypted digital treasure chest. Finally, for complex processes, we use Durable Workflow Orchestration. This hub manages the gears and clocks of your operation, allowing you to write long-running workflows that automatically save their state, even when waiting on external steps. It's advanced computing made simple. Think of an Azure function as a brain. It's smart and ready to work, but it needs senses to wake up and limbs to interact with the world. These are triggers and bindings. A trigger is the call to action. Without it, your code just sits there. An HTTP trigger wakes the brain up when someone visits a web link, perfect for APIs. A timer trigger is like an alarm clock, firing off code on a set schedule. We also have blob storage triggers that react the moment a new file is uploaded, and Cosmos DB triggers that sense whenever data changes. Once the brain is awake, it needs bindings to get things done. In the old days, connecting to a database required a messy tangle of plumbing code for security and connections. With bindings, that headache is gone. You simply tell Azure, put this output into that folder, or get input from this database. Azure handles the complex connections behind the scenes, leaving you free to focus on your logic, not the logistics. Getting your code from your computer to the cloud shouldn't be a nerve-wracking manual process. Professional teams use automation to ensure everything is smooth and stable. It starts with the deployment pipeline. Imagine a conveyor belt. Every time you save your code to a repository like GitHub or Azure DevOps, it triggers an automatic sequence. Your code is tested for bugs, packaged into a zip file, and sent straight to Azure. No human error, just consistent updates. To keep things even safer, we use the blue-green strategy with deployment slots. The blue slot is your production environment. It's what your users see right now. Meanwhile, you deploy your brand new code to the green slot, or the staging area. It's live in the cloud, but hidden from the public. You can test it to perfection without any risk. Once you're 100% happy, you perform the swap. In an instant, the green version becomes the public version and the blue version moves to the background. If you spot a surprise bug, don't panic, just swap them back. It's the ultimate safety net for a zero-downtime update. A professional developer never just deploys and forgets. To keep your app healthy, you must keep watch. Azure's application insights act like a 24/7 monitor, tracking every move your function makes. If something goes wrong, you don't have to guess. You check the logs. These are like a digital diary where your code records its activity, helping you troubleshoot issues instantly. For a real backstage pass, the Kudu dashboard lets you look directly at the files and processes running on the server. But what about complex tasks? Standard functions are stateless. They have short memories and forget everything once they finish. If you need to process an order that involves charging a card, updating inventory, and sending an email, you need durable functions. These allow for orchestration, managing the state to ensure step 2 only happens if step 1 succeeds. They can even wait days between steps, turning simple functions into powerful, long-running workflows. By mastering these tools, you can move from a simple idea to a global-scale application in record time, all without the burden of managing hardware. Welcome to the big picture of Azure Functions. We started by making the serverless shift, moving away from expensive, tireless servers to code that only runs when needed. You learn to build and host your function house using the portal or CLI, supported by your essential sidekick, the storage account. Next, we gave your code senses and limbs with triggers and bindings, allowing it to wake up and move data without messy plumbing. We mastered modern deployment using automated pipelines and the blue-green swap to ensure zero downtime updates. Finally, we looked at maintenance, using logs and durable functions to handle complex, long-running workflows. From a simple idea to global scale, you're now ready to build.